So there's no other way of putting it. But you see this whole mohbad case, it has been totally derailed. And the reasons are because so many things have happened since he passed on in September 2023. But the final nail in the coffin was the result that was presented by the pathologist concerning the autopsy, where he said that because of the state in which Mohbad was brought in, they were not able to come up with any conclusive reason as to what may have caused his passing.
Then also, most importantly, the much awaited pathologist and the autopsy report came up today. And were able to, one, shed light, pathologist was able to shed light on the report itself, albeit the report was death unascertained. However, one thing that was noted is the fact that the death was unascertained because of the level of decomposition that has happened. And so at that point in time, he could not have detected several other things that could have been detectable ordinarily.
I was a bit confused when I heard this report because I've heard so many stories, especially in the West, where autopsy was used to find out what happened to a person 10 to 20 years after they had been buried. But I dug a bit deeper and I found out that autopsy results heavily depend on the state at which the body was brought in. If the body was brought in fresh, it is easier to get more information. But if the body was brought in a terrible state, it is harder. But so many other things have happened that contributed to derailing this particular case. And some of them included the division and disunity among Nigerians. Unfortunately, this particular case seemed to have brought out the worst in so many people. People were now divided into camps. They were the ones that were pro-DNA, pro-Baba Mohbad, and the other ones that were supporting Wunmi and were against her doing the DNA test, as well as those that were supporting Mama Mohbad, and finally the ones that were more neutral. The funny thing was that when Mohbad passed on, there was unity, and this was because so many videos went viral showing that he had been bullied, and people were very upset and wanted to know what happened to him and were fighting for justice, so that if there was a possibility that foul play was involved in his passing, those that were involved would be made to pay for it. But unfortunately, confusion set in as a few key influential people started pushing divisive opinions and poisonous rhetorics that would later sow the seed of disunity and division in the minds of Nigerians. Most Nigerians could not focus on the unified goal of finding justice for Mohbad and dividing themselves into camps. Before you knew it, they started chasing conspiracy theories, wild information, and allegations. And the original goal was eventually swept by the wayside. But the thing is that it's not the people's job to investigate, make arrests, and pass judgment. Speaking of judgments, this particular Mohbad case is being judged on two fronts. On the first front is the judgment from the Court of Law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the second front is the Court of Public Opinion. The legal system and the government have failed by presenting an inconclusive result as it pertains to the late rapper's passing, and this has eroded the faith of Nigerians. The Court of Public Opinion, on the other hand, is extremely divided and can't see things from the point of view of the other side. People have created enemies with people that they have never met and may never meet in real life over a case that has zero connection to what is going on in their own life, except for the fact that they are just Afrobeat music lovers. A few key influencers sowed the seed of disunity through their conspiracy theories and divisive opinions. As time went on, many people's beliefs became concretized, crystallized, and any information that was contrary to what they had already established as their belief would be totally unacceptable. And unfortunately, as time went on, many people would go on to believe that Mohbad was taken out by those close to him. They also believe that his son belongs to Oba Elegushi, as well as the idea that his wife and her family were behind the conspiracy to destroy Mohbad and his family. But ultimately, it's the job of the police and the government to investigate, make arrests, build a case, and pass judgments. But they've lost the faith and trust of the people. Most people absolutely have zero faith and trust in the police and the government. So no matter what the system tells them, the people will take it with a lot of skepticism. As of now, a few people have found popularity because of the case. For example, Bukky Jesse and Very Dark Man. There's also content creators from Facebook, YouTube that come up with all kinds of stories, lies, so that they can milk the hell out of this whole particular situation. Then there's now the infighting that is going on in the family, from Baba Mohbad and Mama Mohbad to the present one where Wunmi and her sister are now fighting. Just a couple of days ago, Wunmi's sister came on the internet to call her out and apologize to Baba Mohbad, saying all kinds of mean things to her sister. It's just very sad that a very sensitive issue like this has caused so much division, even among the family members. The thing now is that the way forward now is to bury Mohbad and move on. But the question is that will Mohbad's father do that? Because he has said that he won't bury Mohbad unless the DNA test is done on his grandchild. And right now, Wunmi has said that no one can force her to do any DNA test except for Mohbad himself or the family. So the whole case is just very anyhow. But the thing is that Baba Mohbad has to be one of the most important character in this particular story, because from the way he handled his son's passing to the rejection and feud with Wunmi, his wife, and many other people, to recently trying to crowdfund for money through GoFundMe. He has always been in the news, he has always been getting attention. But at this point now, there's so much confusion and so much conspiracy. Some people's life right now are in danger, like Wunmi, like Baba Mohbad himself, like Mama Mohbad and Mohbad's younger brother Adura. Even that lady I said, Bukky Jesse, released the image and address of Mohbad's mother's house to the public through her Facebook page, with the intention that people would go and start disturbing the woman, stalking her, destroy her property and harm the lady, which is just total nonsense. Because like, what is going on? Like, how did things get to this terrible state? I don't understand. Is this woman insinuating that she loved Mohbad more than his own mother? Because I don't understand what's going on. At this point, every single character in the story are both victims and failures, because every single one have failed Mohbad, from Wunmi to the friends to the father to the mother. But even Mohbad sef had this very strong victim complex, and he expressed it when he was angry, which he did with Naira Marley, which he did with Wunmi, which he did with his mother. Because there was that video when NDLA busted their house in 2022 or 2023. If anything happens to him, they should carry Naira Marley. And exactly what happened when he passed on, the first person that most people were looking at was Naira Marley. He did the same thing with Wunmi, his wife, whereby they were having an issue, and it was recorded, and he was saying that he believes that his wife and the family are trying to destroy him. It's possible that he was very angry and just said all those things now. And right now, those things are haunting his wife. The same thing he did it to his mother, where he was saying that his mother left him. And all this now are now haunting his family members left and right. My prayer now is that his father lets go of this strong desire to do the DNA test and bury his son, because on the spiritual level, it doesn't seem right. And as for the DNA test, I don't believe that there is any need for Mohbad's entire body to do the test. All you just need is just a tooth or some amount of blood or some body fluid, and it should be sufficient. Even Mohbad's father's blood would show a partial match. And all this means that they can put Mohbad's body to rest, they can bury him. And the funny thing is that Mohbad's father was in a hurry to bury his son in the beginning. Now he's not refusing to bury him for all these reasons that don't make too much sense. I know it's not very easy to move on, but there's nothing anybody can do now. Unfortunately, some people have used this particular case to enrich themselves, chase clout, gain influence, and poison the mind of the public. Unfortunately, it's just time to wrap it up and move on, especially for the public. Let this thing go back to being a family and a government matter, so that the public can move on. Finally, RIP to Mohbad, and may God protect Liam and reveal what truly happened to his father. But as for now, I don't think we may be able to get the justice for Mohbad. If you like or dislike what you heard in this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Thank you.